There comes a moment in every life when giving up feels easier than continuing, yet something deep within whispers, "Not yet." In this audiobook, we'll explore how to reprogram your thoughts, build mental strength, and train your mind to never give up. You'll discover how small mental shifts can help you face challenges with clarity, patience, and a peaceful kind of strength within. Because success isn't just about talent or luck, it's about training your mind to stay calm when everything feels impossible. Most people give up not because they're weak, but because they never learned how to manage their inner dialogue during pain. Your thoughts create your emotions, and your emotions shape your actions. This is the simple truth behind every strong and resilient mind. When your mind says, "I can't do this," you must train it to respond, "I will try one more time." This small change sounds simple, but it's a powerful tool that reshapes the way your brain perceives effort and failure. You see, your brain learns through repetition. Every time you push a little more, it starts believing persistence is your new normal. The first step is awareness. Notice when your mind starts making excuses, when it tries to protect you from discomfort or fear. That's the moment to pause, breathe deeply, and tell yourself, "I am not my thoughts. I am the one guiding them." When you do this daily, you slowly separate your identity from your emotions, and that's when true mental control begins. Training your mind isn't about eliminating fear. It's about understanding it, facing it, and moving forward despite its presence. Every strong person you admire has walked through fear, not around it. And each time, they came out mentally sharper and calmer. Your goal is not to become emotionless. It's to master your emotions so they don't control your direction or destroy your focus. When your mind panics, don't fight it. Observe it like a storm, knowing it will pass if you stay grounded long enough. You begin to see every obstacle not as punishment, but as a practice ground for building your inner resilience and patience. And that's what we'll uncover in this audiobook: real, practical strategies to turn mental chaos into calm persistence and silent power. Because when your mind is trained to never give up, no situation, no failure, no rejection can ever break your peace again. This is where your transformation begins. One thought, one decision, one calm response at a time, until giving up isn't an option anymore. Training your mind to never give up begins with awareness, recognizing how your thoughts silently shape every reaction, emotion, and decision you make daily. Every time you face discomfort, your mind's first instinct is to escape it, but strength grows only when you stay inside discomfort consciously. The difference between those who rise and those who quit lies not in talent, but in how they interpret their moments of struggle. When your brain whispers, "This is too hard," gently remind it that difficulty is not danger. It's the sound of growth happening. You must replace emotional reactivity with deliberate response, and that happens only through repetition, through showing up even when motivation disappears completely. Discipline is the invisible bridge between failure and mastery, and every small act of consistency rewires your mind to prefer progress over comfort. Start with one simple daily ritual, something you can do even on bad days, because small wins build unstoppable mental momentum. For example, when your mind says, "Stop," do 5 more minutes, 5 more steps, or 5 more breaths. Teach it persistence through action. This is how you program endurance. By proving to your brain that effort won't destroy you, it actually creates emotional stability and confidence. Write down 3 sentences every morning, beginning with, "I can handle," and finish them differently each day to train resilience through repetition. This exercise builds a foundation where your subconscious starts expecting you to act with courage instead of surrendering to temporary frustration or doubt. Remember, your thoughts may visit you, but they are not your truth until you start believing them. Awareness is your greatest weapon. When you feel overwhelmed, focus on breath. Slow inhale, slower exhale, because calm breathing resets your nervous system and sharpens mental clarity instantly. The human mind loves certainty, but growth only happens in uncertainty. That's where you meet your real potential hidden behind your fears. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" reframe it to, "What is this trying to teach me about myself right now?" That single reframe moves you from victim to creator, turning pain into wisdom and giving you the courage to face new challenges calmly. Each time you choose growth over comfort, your brain's wiring changes, making persistence easier and self-doubt weaker than before. Over time, this becomes your identity, not someone forcing strength, but someone whose strength flows naturally through trained mental habits. You start trusting your process more than your emotions, knowing that temporary pain is just the tuition you pay for long-term peace. And that's how your transformation quietly begins, through ordinary moments where you simply refuse to give up, again and again. Once you begin controlling your reactions, the next step is mastering focus, because without focus, your strength has no clear direction to move toward. Most people don't fail because of lack of potential. They fail because they keep feeding distractions more energy than their own goals. Your mind becomes what you repeatedly focus on. So if you focus on problems, your world becomes heavier and darker with time. But if you train your mind to focus on progress, no matter how small, your reality starts expanding with light and possibility again. Start by removing noise, digital noise, emotional noise, mental clutter, everything that pulls you away from the clarity of your purpose. A trained mind is selective. It doesn't chase every thought. It chooses which thoughts deserve energy and which deserve silence. Every time you resist distraction, your brain builds strength, just like a muscle learning to hold tension without collapsing under pressure. The world around you will always try to test your patience, but your control begins when you stop reacting to every small disturbance. Don't let negative voices occupy free space in your mind. Protect your mental environment like you would protect your physical home. Spend time each day in intentional solitude. Even 5 minutes of silence helps your mind clean itself from unnecessary noise and comparison. In silence, you'll notice your thoughts clearly, and once you can observe them, you gain power to guide them toward peace and focus. When you stop reacting, you start responding, and that small shift separates reactive minds from calm, creative, unshakable ones. Use visualization as a daily mental training. See yourself staying calm, strong, and composed, even when situations become uncertain or difficult. Your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality, so when you visualize strength, it begins to believe that strength is natural. Over time, you'll notice a stillness growing inside you, a sense that chaos around you no longer has the power to shake you. That stillness is not weakness. It's the highest level of control, the calm confidence of someone who has mastered his emotional reactions completely. Make your inner voice your best friend. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to someone you deeply love and want to encourage. Because how you speak to yourself during tough moments determines how quickly you rise after every fall and how long you stay strong. When self-talk becomes positive and disciplined, giving up no longer feels like an option. Your mind automatically searches for another way to continue. And that's when you realize true power was never outside. It was always within, waiting for you to train it through daily practice. By now, your mind has begun to understand that strength isn't about never falling. It's about learning to rise with greater wisdom. Every struggle you faced wasn't punishment. It was preparation, quietly shaping you into someone capable of handling more peace and responsibility ahead. The key to never giving up lies in emotional endurance, the ability to stay steady when your world feels like it's falling apart. Emotional endurance grows when you stop resisting pain and start learning from it, when you see challenges as invitations to evolve, not retreat. You can't train your mind in comfort. Growth happens in the friction of effort, in the space between doubt and determination. So when life becomes heavy, don't ask, "Why me?" Instead ask, "What strength is this moment trying to awaken inside me today?" Every time you survive what you thought would break you, your subconscious rewrites the definition of who you are and what you can handle. Resilience is built silently, not in motivation speeches or temporary hype, but in the quiet consistency of choosing strength one day at a time. The moment you stop measuring speed and start valuing persistence, life begins to align naturally with your inner calm and quiet power. You don't have to win every battle, you just have to keep showing up one more time with the same steady heart. Your future self is watching every decision you make right now. Teach it discipline, patience, and belief through how you respond to challenges. Because when your mind becomes disciplined, your emotions no longer lead you astray. Your peace becomes independent of outcomes and opinions. Train yourself to pause before reacting, to breathe before judging, and to listen before quitting. That's how wisdom replaces frustration over time. Make gratitude your mental reset. The moment you feel lost, count what remains instead of what's gone, and your clarity will return slowly. Every day, speak 3 powerful words to yourself. I will continue. Say it until your subconscious believes that quitting no longer exists. Understand this. You were never meant to live an easy story. You were meant to master the art of staying strong through storms. The most powerful people aren't those who never felt pain. They are those who turned pain into a deeper sense of peace and purpose. Your journey isn't about avoiding failure. It's about building faith so unshakable that even failure bows before your consistency and calm. So as this audiobook ends, remember, your mind is your greatest ally once trained, your thoughts your strongest weapon once guided with patience. Keep training it every single day, because the person who never gives up doesn't just win, he becomes unstoppable in peace and purpose.